All right. I think we're good this time. So it's that time again. The best time of the week. Hopefully no technical difficulties happen in this wonderful intro that I'm trying to put out and give to the people right now. But what time is it, Lionel?
Welcome to we are doing this podcast, but we are potentially crashing out for a potential war episode of Off the Top Rope.
Oh, yeah. What a time, guys. What a time.
The world might be falling apart. America might be falling apart. But the one consistent thing you can have is this podcast. We will still be doing it. I don't know about through thick and thin. I was going to say that might be a lie. Because if some shit happens, fucking, bro, we going to have to cancel for a week probably.
We got to run.
If we got to run, the podcast ain't happening. But until that happens, you will be getting these episodes for your favorite podcast talking about AEW, Off the Top Rope.
Yep. And, you know, if we do have to run, just remember, it'll be like those podcasts with those Bigfoots running around. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen them on Facebook, I spend hours laughing my ass off at that shit. Of, like, somebody is making, like, these AI-generated things of Bigfoot doing shit to people and Bigfoot doing dumb shit.
Oh, I've seen those on TikTok, actually.
They're fucking hilarious. So you might get a cast like that, just running away from bombs and shit, if we're talking about AEW wrestling.
The episodes might be in a different place every week.
But we'll get it to you. Oh, maybe. We'll see.
I mean, it depends on what happens. Like, look, at this point, y'all know how this is right now. We record on Sundays. I'm pretty sure the entire country knows what happened last night between the U.S. and Iran. Yeah. So, listen, everyone's taking it their own way. I know a lot of people are crashing out. I've been making jokes. Because if I don't make jokes, I'm going to pass out. So, that's where we are.
Yeah. So I'll just say, you know, just in a general sense, all y'all out there, do what you need to do. Get some extra, get the toilet paper before it gets fully, you know, before people go nuts and, you know, start hoarding it again. Get your toilet paper, your paper towel, but before you get all that, get some fucking food, okay? Get some food, get all your necessities, and you know, stay safe out there.
Fill up them gas tanks now.
Oh yeah, I should take that advice because yeah, I need to fill mine up.
Yeah, look, I don't want to pull us away from the podcast too far, but do you remember a couple years ago when some shit went down and what was it? It was like there were gas stations that were allegedly running out of gas. Do you remember when that was happening a couple years ago?
That was when that little pipeline blew up in the middle of Nevada.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were like, "Don't panic," and everybody panicked.
Look. I don't know if any of y'all are in Nevada. We're not going to dox ourselves too much. Like, I think we've talked about where we're in Vegas. Like, we've talked about that part. But going around that, because I think I needed gas that night. So going around trying to find somewhere to get gas and seeing people were like, they were trying to make sure that we can hoard gas. There were people who were saying, like, only get enough for your car and then move on. There were people fighting. There were people who had like giant barrels that were just filling their shit up with gasoline. All that just for the fact of the next day, everything was fine.
Yeah.
It just, we could be getting into really crazy situations. So just like Proffitt said, stay safe, find your community, find your people, and just be safe and take care of each other. Because we all gonna need everyone for however long this lasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, we talked about that. We talked about world events. Mm-hmm. We had to.
Yep.
We need to talk about this wrestling.
Oh, yeah. We gotta talk about this good old week of wrestling. Because, goddamn, man. This week, if anything showed any of you guys, it shows you what happens when two companies come together and collaborate versus a company trying to take somebody over.
There were 4 fantastic shows in Mexico this week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. No, we're only gonna talk about one because the other. Did you get to watch the other ones? There was the Fantastic Mania. There was the show on Tuesday, and then Grand Slam Mexico.
And then there was Global Wars.
Oh, Global Wars. Yeah, that's not gonna be on to next week though. But yeah, 4 shows.
It was 4 shows. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was counting Collision as like one of the shows out there, and I was in Seattle. So yeah, that's different.
I went into this week thinking, because I remember who said it. Someone said it on Blue Sky. They're like, oh, I came for the show, and I didn't respond to them. I was like, bro, we're having 2 shows in Mexico. What the fuck are you talking about? Because I assumed we were getting a Grand Slam Collision also.
Yeah.
We did not. We were in fucking Seattle, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that works.
That works. But still, it was it was a great week of wrestling for AEW, and man, especially like after like Collision, everybody looked like revitalized and pumped up, man. Like, oh no, it just got everybody's spirit really high, so that's a good thing.
They got All In coming in a few weeks also. Like, AEW is kind of running on all cylinders right now, going into All In.
Can't say that for another company, but yeah.
That other company got a lot of other problems right now.
They got a whole lot of other problems. We ain't even gonna talk about those. No, fuck all that.
Just everyone stay safe. I saw you. Should I? All I'm gonna say is, y'all people on Reddit don't know what y'all talking about. All right, just you want to pretend like you are smarter than everyone else when it comes to what's happening. You're not. And I just want you, if you hear anything from this podcast, know that you Redditors talking about the things that you're talking about, you're not as smart as you think you are. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, they're as smart as the average idiot. It's fine.
But I think we're in a good place. We don't have a lot of other news to talk about this week. We should hop directly into that hot edition of not just AEW Dynamite, but Grand Slam Mexico.
Grand Slam Mexico was look. Let me talk to you for a second. Let me holla at you guys. Look, Grand Slam Mexico was some good wrestling. Good pro wrestling, good lucha libre wrestling, good all around. Just damn, it was just good, man. And to start off the show, Hangman Adam Page cut the whole promo in Spanish.
Lord have mercy.
If Hangman couldn't just be, if Hangman wasn't the most over guy ever, he is beyond over now. He is so over now that Mexico, like immediately when he got backstage, it was him, the head of CMLL, and Tony Khan. They were like, yo, we need Hangman here. Like, we need him here for a month, like months. We need to book Hangman dates out here in CMLL.
ASAP.
Immediately. Tony probably like, hold on, let him get that title first, and we'll have him over there defending the title for a few times.
Can I tell you, this also leads to your point that you've been talking about on the podcast.
What's that?
For months. Talking about, remember how we were talking before about having, when you're in a certain audience, like if you're an American audience, you need to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman was one of the most over people on the show, and all he did was speak in the native tongue. He spoke Spanish. They all went crazy. It's just proving your point even more. Like, it's good to speak the native tongue of the arena that you're in. It helps.
Yeah, it does wonders. Like, man, yeah, like what? And look, it's Hangman. Hangman is he's that guy. Like, he's that guy. He's been that guy. And if you didn't know he was that guy, you do now.
Fucking Swerve said in an interview, bro.
Yeah.
So, hey, just when he wins the title, just know we all have loved Hangman. The only problem I have is with Hangman stands. That's it.
No, he ain't getting rid of them.
Nope.
they're, they're they're for lifers, okay?
And more power to him.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it was a fantastic way to start off Dynamite, and great message, from his promo. In light of all the shit going on right now. All right, so we are now back from technical difficulties. I don't know. They're trying to take us down. Maybe Don Callis was trying to stop us from talking about this 14-man tag match that happened on Grand Slam. But I'm gonna tell you something. We still gonna talk about it. You ain't gonna stop us today.
Nope.
We got more. We got more than one way to record, Don Callis.
As what the great Shelton Benjamin once said, "Ain't no stopping me now."
That's right.
This podcast ain't stopping.
We ain't stopping today. So we have the 14-man tag match with Dax Hardwood, Volador Jr., the whole Don Callis family, it seemed like, with Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, Josh Alexander, and Hechicero versus Adam Cole, Brody King, Bandito, who was probably the most over guy in the room, Daniel Garcia, Atlantis Jr., and Templario.
Before we talk about the match, shout out Brody motherfucking King, bro. A ball-sized shirt.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. That was I was like, look at oh yeah. See? That's why Brody King is the shit, man.
I was watching MSNBC, like I do sometimes, and I was like, who's that? It was Brody King's face. They talked about it on MSNBC. Funny enough, on the show called All In with Chris Hayes.
Oh hey. Oh hey.
It's a little bit of random corporate synergy, even though they have nothing to do with each other at all.
just, yeah, but some good old AEW everywhere, baby. And let me tell you, man, this match was fun, complete chaos. I even had to ask Lionel here. I'm like, why does everybody hate Atlantis Jr.?
Bro,
I had no idea, man.
from my understanding, I don't know how that's true or not. Like I said to you, apparently people think Atlantis Jr. is a nepo baby, so they were booing the shit out of him and Atlantis. I was shocked. I was like, y'all doing like that? And I saw people online saying, yeah, it's par for the course. I was like, okay.
I was like, damn, dude. Oh, okay. I mean, they just hate both of them. It's not like Atlantis Jr. is bad. He's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if he got in and he sucked, right? But no, he's actually pretty good. Pretty good. It'd be like if he if he was just out there like Bronny James, just out there and just complete trash.
That'd be a different story.
That'd be a different story. But no, my guy's good. Oh man, yeah. This was, look, you already know, 14-man tag match, lucha rules, complete fucking chaos from the beginning.
It was insanity.
Like everybody got the shit in and got in on somebody. There was one point, Takeshita and I think it was Takeshita and Bandito when they I think it was them starting off the match. They were going crazy, man. That sequence when they were just like, they were wrestling. They were just going back and forth. Shit, Takeshita was jumping and doing flips over Bandito, and Bandito was coming back doing. I was like, "What? Wow! This is complete madness." But man, really fun match. The team. Well, the good guys won, of course, but did they? Did they really win? Because at the end, Dax and crew was like, "Screw this, we're going to try to beat them up again." And it all, they all ended up, fighting back and getting the heroes, the crowd approval from the fans. But yeah, Dax, he was trying to go in. He was trying to take out Atlantis Senior. He has a grudge against Atlantis Senior.
Probably payback from last week.
He's like, he was stopping me off the camera, you son of a bitch. Oh man. No, this was a super fun match, man. Like I completely enjoyed it. What did you think, man?
I enjoyed every second. It was a lot of fun. Like, and this was like our first actual match in Grand Slam Mexico also. So we just got like everyone was going crazy. It was just fun. The atmosphere was crazy. It was just a very enjoyable match.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, the match that needs to just happen again because they did it. They had a few seconds with each other. We need Brody King, Josh Alexander 3 or something. I don't know, man. We just need it.
That is the definition of fight forever. I want once every couple months, just run it back. I don't know. I don't care if you have to force a reason. I don't care if they're just gonna fight for the sake of fighting. Run it back every few months.
Shit, man. Brody King doesn't need a reason. He'll just show up. He'll just show up randomly and just be like, "Yo, I'm gonna kick your ass, Josh. We're fighting Josh Alexander. There's nothing you can do."
Whatever they got to do to make the matches happen, at least once every couple months, make it happen.
Yeah. Well, shit. You forget what company this is. This is AEW.
Yeah.
We can make matches happen whenever the hell we want. They could coin toss and make the goddamn match happen.
Please.
Does the match happen today? Yup. They rolled heads. They're fighting today.
Please make it happen.
But yeah, man. And oh yeah, more Templario, please.
United Empire Zone.
Yep. Templario is fantastic. Dude, Bandito is the second coming of Jesus over there.
Well, he wrestled basically in damn near every show that happened in Mexico. He was wrestling. Like high profile matches. I think he had 4 high profile matches.
He even pinned the god of CMLL.
He did.
Like on Friday, he pinned Mystico.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I think we're gonna talk about Mystico in a little bit, but I low key feel like, because I've been following people that actually watch the MLO, right? Because I don't. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh man, this motherfucker goes through this like every week." I was like, "Is this just a thing? he just gets his ass beat. He does this all the time. This is a thing, okay? Well, all right."
So he's CMLL Darby.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I could be explaining it wrong, but people were like, "Yeah, bro, he Mystico goes through this. This is fine. Like, you don't have to worry about it." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I get having adversity, but Mystico feels like, from the way that people explain it to me, it feels like he has hell waiting for him every time he steps into the arena in Mexico. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. See, you know what? That's why. See, their favorite show out there is Saint Seiya. So he's Seiya all the time.
Oh, yeah. That would make a lot of sense, actually. With the way that was explained to me, that would make a lot of sense.
He's literally Seiya. He's just, the absolute worst shit always happens to him. Like, these guys are like 10 levels beyond, like 50 levels overpowered against this guy, and there's no way he's going to beat them.
You know, in a way that might be how it explained to me. Like, that might be how it explained to me. Like, this is just what Mystico does. Like, he is the force of good against anything evil, and he has the worst things happen to him. That's explained to me. Y'all let me know in the comments if I am off base. Just let me know in the comments, please.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. You know, like anybody that, watches CMLL and stuff like that, explain that to us. And also, explain the Atlantis Jr. thing.
Please.
So we get a better understanding of it. Hey, we ain't afraid to say we're new to, CMLL. Educate us on it.
Yeah, we're not going to pretend like we know everything just because we have podcast mics in our faces. Please let us know.
Yeah. Because it's always fun to learn, the new stuff within the industry. And, man, look, CMLL, they putting on shows like this. Whoo, boy. for sure gonna have to watch more of it because that's where the real luchadors are at.
Bro, you got that. You all you gotta do is play like a little monthly thing. And you get all the CMLL shows, bro.
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube. So you remember there was a company named TNA that used to do the same thing, and then they went to their bullshit fucking website thing. So CMLL offers that same thing that TNA used to have.
Mm-hmm.
At I think it's $9.99. You can see all their shows on YouTube.
Yeah, that's worth it. With if the 3 shows that we had this week are any indication, it's worth it.
Yeah, that Friday show had New Japan also.
Mm-hmm.
Saw my boy Yoda Tsuji out there. I was like, yeah, buddy.
That was the Fantastic Mania show.
Yeah.
Very, very. From what I heard, I haven't got a chance to watch it yet because that one I think the price for that one's a little bit high, but I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I want to. I'm gonna watch it in the next couple weeks. I'm gonna find a way.
Is it on? It's not on New Japan World since there's New Japan guys in it.
I checked earlier. I didn't see it there.
Oh man.
The next show they got coming up is the death match between Jun Kasai and El Desperado.
Ooh.
And I didn't see I didn't see anything about Fantastic Mania, which was surprising to me too.
Yeah, that is surprising. Huh. Okay. Okay, so carrying on so we can get through this, get more into the show. Mark Briscoe versus the AEW Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada. Look, Mark Briscoe is just firing on all cylinders now, dude. That guy is wrestling like a man possessed.
He's I say this with no joke. Lately, when I watch him, it feels like I'm watching Jay.
Yes.
Like it is incredible. And I'm not trying to put any kind of slight on Mark Briscoe because I've always loved Mark Briscoe. Ever since I found out about the Briscoes, it's just that Jay was the guy, bro. Like Jay could do no wrong in the ring. Jay was fantastic. And now the more and more I see Mark Briscoe, he has that in him. And it's just incredible to see.
Yeah. And he does channel Jay, but he does it in his own style.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I should say it like that. He's not doing like carbon copy Jay Briscoe. You see Mark Briscoe. It's just he has that Jay confidence.
Yeah, like when Jay Briscoe came to the ring, he was like, "Look, I know I'm the shit."
All the time. Yep. Every time he stepped in the ring.
Every time he stepped in the ring, he's like, "Yo, I know I'm the shit."
Especially during that singles run, bro. Oh my god.
Oh, that's look. You're gonna hear me say this a million times. The singles run when he became Ring of Honor World Champion, and then the 2 times him and it was a year apart, where Jay Lethal went against him for the Ring of Honor World Championship. It lost the first time, and then went on that House of Truth run, and then finally, went over on Jay Briscoe the second time. But that whole run, where those two were going at it, and then like all the matches in between that Jay was doing, fucking bangers, dude.
I don't know if
Everywhere.
I don't know if this is controversial. That's my favorite part of Ring of Honor. Like straight up. Like I loved everything that Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal were doing. That was my shit. That's my favorite time to be a Ring of Honor fan.
Oh man, that was, bro, like Ring of Honor at that time, they were firing on all cylinders, man. It was so good.
Bro. God, I miss that so much.
Yeah, like, and it's one of those things I just want to tell people, just to educate people. Look at that. Look, just watch that run. Watch those runs, man, because that TV championship run of Jay Lethal, leading all the way up to the two world title bouts that he had with Jay Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking golden, man. That is some of the best wrestling, dude.
That alone is worth the Honor Club sub. If you want to go watch them, you want to watch them easily without having to try to do anything, just pay the Honor Club sub. It's so worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Also, while you're getting yourself back into it and watching that, watch Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi.
Woo.
That was a war.
If we're gonna do that, you might as well also watch Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, all five of them.
All of them. And then while we're doing it, just hit up Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly also. Ring of Honor World Championship. Another banger.
Oh, look, that's why Adam Cole, the Panama Playboy, was a menace.
God, he was, bro. Before his NXT run, that man was a demon. And I know a lot of people really appreciate his NXT run. I do too. I loved him in NXT. His Ring of Honor run right before that, he was on top of the world. He was unstoppable. You couldn't tell him shit.
No, yeah. No, he was a menace. That motherfucker right there. And he was wrestling his ass off too.
God, he was. I still am hopeful that we get the Something For You song from Adam Cole. I'm hopeful. I know it's never gonna happen, but
You never know.
God, just one time.
Well, you know what? It'll probably happen world title run Adam Cole.
When he finally turns on Paragon.
I don't think he's turned on Paragon.
Nah, it might happen in like 7 months.
Well, actually, it's Adam Cole. Yeah, he'll probably do
This is Adam Cole.
it. He always turns on him. Yeah, so yeah, he'll probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
Man. But to get back to the match with Mark Briscoe and Kazuchika Okada, super fun match, man. Those guys, they were knocking, it started out kind of slow, and people are like, oh, is Okada wrestling slow on purpose? But he always begins matches slow. And then turns it up at the end. And that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Okada won. And after the match, him and Don Callis started attacking Jay Briscoe. And and that's that's how that the end of that. But how did you feel about this match? What did you think about it?
I really enjoyed the match. Like Mark and Okada, they were just doing their things, bro. Like I loved. Again, this is another match I loved every second of. I don't know why Don Callis out there. I don't know why Don Callis was out there. Like I don't understand what's going on between him and Okada. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. But other than that, great match.
Stop it.
You think?
Look at the roster. That's all I gotta say.
You think that's bad? Just wait till my Collision review.
Oh my god. So after this, it was MJF versus Mystico. And you know what? It wasn't a bad match.
No, not at all.
It ended with MJF cheating, of course. Mystico was so good. He was like, no, I ain't gonna let you pin me. So MJF was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna hit you in the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then have the Hurt Syndicate jump in and fight for him. So pretty much, that's what happened. He hit him with the low blow in front of the ref. The ref was like, oh, no, you're disqualified. And then MJF ripped off Mystico's mask. The crowd was fucking pissed. They were livid, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were so livid that it carried on after the show. Like, hey, it's still real to them, man. Like somebody was trying to chase him down, dude. At the airport.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to take him out at the airport.
I don't think he got close, but someone's definitely trying.
If someone was making an attempt, okay.
Yep.
So, he did his job. He did what he was going to do. But at the end, Bandito, Templario, Teton, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey, they came in, they cleared the ring of the Syndicate and everybody, and gave Mystico his backup mask.
Mm-hmm.
But match wasn't bad. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
What did you think, man?
We gotta talk about that Mystico entrance with the whole crowd singing that
Oh,
song,
oh yeah.
bro. It just, I watched that entrance a few times, and I forget where it was. I think it was on Blue Sky. I found like a crowd view, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what I gotta say to AEW before we get into the actual match. AEW, find a way to fix your crowd audio, bro, because what we got on TV pales in comparison to someone's phone video being in the crowd. That shit was crazy, bro. On the show, it sounded like they were kind of going up and down with the song, but they were there for like the hook.
Yeah.
They were loud the entire time. They were singing word for word, bar for bar.
Oh shit.
We just didn't hear it on TV. So
I
please
think.
find a way to just fix your audio. Well, we don't need everything for the crowd because we know how stupid wrestling crowds can be. But
Yeah.
these moments, we need them.
Oh yeah. Especially giant, big stadium shows and big shows like that. For sure need it.
Oh yeah. God
Yeah.
bless. And then talking about the match, if anyone saw me on Blue Sky, I crashed out. Like I was very upset about this happening. They got me too.
They got you.
Like I got. Like I was like, fucking MJF has to come in here with the fucking American fucking thing, and I crashed out, straight up. Someone's like, oh,
Are you sure that?
huh?
You sure that wasn't you trying to chase them down?
Nah, I wasn't. I wasn't in Mexico. If I was, it would have been me. I would put my hands on him. I was so mad, but overall, the match was really good. Like I said, they got me. Like usually it's hard for me to get got, but
They got you.
they got me. They got me real bad. The stuff on Blue Sky's up there still, so I'm not deleting anything, but they did a really good job at the end. Like I said, I'm still not the biggest MJF fan. I really don't understand why everyone is so like up on him. I'm not a fan, but he did great here. He's great in the ring, great-ish in the ring. Yeah, I still enjoyed the match. It was really good.
Yeah. I still think it's going to be, at some point, like, the Syndicate is just going to beat the hell out of him.
Ooh, you know what? That's what we should talk about too. Because during the entire match, fucking MVP was getting really upset with MJF's like bullshit that he was doing in the ring.
Yeah.
So like at some point, yeah, like MJF's gonna piss them off.
Yep. And if he pisses MPV off, it's all going downhill from. That's it.
MVP's the only reason that Shelton and Bobby are giving him the time of day anyway. So the second that MVP is done, he's going to get hurt.
It's going to be bad.
I can't wait to see it.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As they add former member of the Boombaye Fight Club, Alex Kane.
That's the one I want. I know people were like, oh, why can't we get Cedric Alexander, blah blah blah.
No.
It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen.
No. Just no. He Let's not go into that because it's just a how you say, it's just a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's there's a story. If you don't know the story about what happened before, we're not gonna talk about it right now. You can find it if just look up Big Swole, you'll be able to find it. We're not gonna touch on it too much.
Yeah, we're not gonna touch on it too much. And there's more shit that came out about that, and it doesn't paint Big Swole in a good picture. So just more shit came out about it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of why I'm like, oh, that's why he just got sick of it and went off. Okay, yeah, now I kind of get it,
It still wasn't right. Still shouldn't have
it
done
still
it.
wasn't right, but I get it. It wasn't like out of nowhere, like people thought.
Yeah, he still shouldn't have done it. It's still not a great look, but
Still not a great look, but yeah, it's more like, okay, you were not the greatest wrestler in the first place. But yeah. Anyways, let's get to this next match. The 4 million pesos high flying four-way match between Ricochet, Hologram, Leo Rush, and Mascara Dorada. Another just badass match, dude. Mascara Dorado, dude, is ridiculous.
Apparently he's next up after Místico. Apparently, so
I can see why.
yeah.
I can see why. So he's so good that like at the end of the match on I think it was Tuesday between him and Bandito or with him and Bandito. Bandito's like, yo, I'm gonna try to get him a partial contract at AEW also because he needs to be at all elite.
Yeah, apparently that wasn't like a planned thing. Apparently Bandito just did it. Bandito was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, no.
Oh,
I'm not
hell
leaving
no.
without you."
He did the Jericho. That's how Bandito got hired. Jericho was like after that match where he showed up to fight Jericho for the Ring of Honor title. Jericho went straight to the back and was like, "Yo, Tony, hire him now."
Yep.
Like he was like, "Hire him right now." Like, you know, get the shit done. Hire Bandito immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this match was great. There was a moment. All I gotta say is fuck you, Leo Rush, messing with those bald people. Got behind Ricochet and like rubbed his bald head and stuff like that, and was like, oh, I see how it is. I see how it is, Leo Rush. You don't like that smooth, all natural going on.
Ricochet is probably the biggest face on the planet to anyone who is bald.
Yeah,
Because he only gets picked on. Whoa, he's also a piece of shit. He's also a piece of shit. Like, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people, they don't pick on him for his personality. They pick on him because he's bald.
Because he's bald. It just became a thing because of the crowd.
It's so
They just
good.
went with it.
It's so good.
It's awesome. It made Briscoe look. Mark Briscoe grew hair, so he wasn't bald.
Right. For years I thought Mark was bald. Years. He was like, no, because he came back one day and had the full head of hair. I was like, bro, you could do this the entire time. You chose not to, and now he's doing that sick ass little mohawk he has now.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like, ah, man. But this match was a fun match. And people just. I also gotta say, you guys gotta stop sleeping on Leo Rush. Guys. That guy's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys gotta stop sleeping on Leo Rush. But this was like the perfect storm of four high flyers, and man, it was a perfect for Arena Mexico show. Oh man, my nose is killing me right now. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so Hologram won. With his portal bomb, and he earned the victory for the 4 million pesos, which is, I think it's 400 grand or something like that.
I don't remember the price. I don't remember the price, honestly.
It's either 400 or 100,000, something like that. But he won because Captain Collision never loses.
Nope. Never.
There's guarantees in life. On Saturday during Collision, two people will never lose: Mark Briscoe and Hologram. And in a match with hologram in it, hologram will always win.
Captain Collision for a reason, even if he wasn't on Collision.
He wasn't even on a collision, but he was like, nah, sorry, little bro. I gotta win today.
He takes the Collision power up wherever he goes now.
Yep.
Because he wrestled. He also, like Bandito, wrestled a lot during the CMLL shows.
Yeah.
Never lost.
Look, on Saturday, he was rejuvenated, man. That was a different hologram.
Oh yeah.
On Collision, that was a different hologram altogether. You watch him all the way up until that point, and then watch him then, it was like, oh yeah, he was rejuvenated. That was a different hologram.
I'm not gonna hold you. If I get put in a faction with Willow Nightingale, I will also be a whole different man. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Oh man. Well, all you gotta do is conglomerate, sir.
That's it. I'm already a fan, so it works out perfectly.
Yo, Mark Briscoe, you got one more person to conglomerate with.
Let me do my training real quick.
You got to train. Shit, you can be manager. You just go over there.
I can talk some shit. That will work.
See?
AEW, call me. I'll be in Texas in a few weeks, so y'all just let me know. If y'all need me, just let me know.
Oh God. So next up, we had the CMLL Women's World Championship match between Mercedes Moné and Zexius, or Zeusis. Zexis. I know I'm pronouncing that shit wrong.
I'm
pronouncing her name wrong.
I can't help you on this one because I feel like I knew it, and every time I see it, I pronounce it differently. Also,
this was a good match. It was a really good match between the two. I do think something happened during the match, though. I think what's her name? Zeusis. She might have landed wrong, got hit her head or something. Something happened.
oof.
Because I think they called it early.
This is
the way it ended.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
I won't be that guy. But it feels like the third time in a row something like this has happened in a Mercedes match recently.
uh-huh.
The accidents happen, I get it, but it's just, oof.
But I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I don't think it was anything Mercedes did. You could see the moment it happened. She kind of dived and landed on her head.
Oof.
So when she was doing she did the tope. It was when she did the tope, right?
Uh-huh.
She jumped out, did the tope, and when she hit Mercedes tried to catch her, but when she hit Mercedes, and then her head was like a lawn dart, dude. Like it went straight into the ground. She hit the ground.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And after that, the match went kind of different. Like it looked like she was kind of dazed and stuff like that.
I hope she's all right.
Yeah, same here. I hope it wasn't like a concussion thing or anything. Probably has a fucking excruciating headache because like after the match, she was walking off kind of dazed. But that was one of the things I caught. I was like, ooh. And then, like, sure enough, they did the Spanish fly spot at the Spanish fly at the end where, Mercedes, like, reversed it and, pinned her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they called it at that point because it, she might have still been fucked up from the tope.
From Tope, yeah. We'll see. I'm guessing we'll hear. Well, it's been a few days now. We will hear some kind of news soon.
Yeah. But hey, she finished out the match. The match was pretty good, even up past that point. But yeah, it looked like it ended early because of something happened. It ended early. Um. So after this, Carmen San Diego showed up, and well, actually, first, yeah. So Carmen San Diego showed up, and then Mina Shirakawa appeared at the top of the entrance, and as she popped up at the entrance, she Tony Storm slid into the ring. The one I'm calling Carmen San Diego because she dressed up fully. We found out where she was,
Mm-hmm.
and she was attacking Mercedes Moné. And then they got off to the ramp, and she was trying to hit the. And she, all the authorities backed them off and all that stuff. And Mercedes ran away. So, what is it? 6 belts Monet right now?
Yep, 6 belts.
Whew, she's looking like Ultimo Dragon now, dude.
It's amazing to see. Like we rarely see this in wrestling right now anyway, and we never see this from a black woman. So it's just people have been talking about Mercedes like she's on another level this week, and I would just like to remind people that
Yeah.
Mercedes has been on another level for years.
Yeah.
There's a reason why she is who she is, and why people
Hmm.
move the way they move around her.
Yeah.
She is one of the greatest of this generation, if not the greatest of this generation.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put it to. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say some things kind of this way. Best way I could put it. Some of your favorites in that other company wouldn't be able to do what she's doing right now.
No, there. If we're gonna be honest, there aren't a lot of women around the women. There aren't a lot of people around the world that can do what Mercedes is doing right now.
Yeah. So she's doing it at a very high level,
Mm-hmm.
very very high level. And it's great to see. And you have some of the naysayers there. They're like, oh, she's just going in demanding. No, no, no. That's not how this works. A wrestler doesn't go into a company demanding a title and getting the title, right?
Exactly.
They are willingly putting the title on her. They are like, she is this much marketable, right? She is so marketable that we want her to represent our company wherever she goes.
Yep. And trust me, she be lugging all them belts around all the time. She has all of them with her at all times.
At all times, yeah. So like whenever she goes on on the news and stuff like that, every single belt is showcased. So man, yeah. So all the ones that are saying that, you guys don't know. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
It
no.
works like the companies are willingly putting the belt on her to get because they know they're going to get all the exposure in the world.
You that guarantees you Mercedes Moné showing up to your company again. It's a guarantee. Because
Oh yeah,
Mercedes, she's already announced to go back to the UK soon, which means she's gonna go to Vienna eventually. Also, like she just had a match again yesterday in Mexico.
yeah, yeah. It's just saying, like you guys need to stop it. um, and congrats to Mercedes Monet. You know, having all those titles. Now the thing is going to be what happens at All In. Whether she wins or she loses, we don't know. Um, there's going to be a big losing streak because she's got to lose all those titles. At some point, she's going to have to start losing all of them. So
We talked about this before. I am very excited to see Mercedes Descent to Madness. Very excited.
yeah, yeah, Because you kind of started seeing it when she lost her first title,
Mm-hmm.
a New Japan Strong title. So we're going to see it even more as like more of the other belts are, go back. And, maybe we'll get that Athena Mercedes match for the TBS title. Finally.
I feel like we will. I feel like that has to be the plan eventually. Like they have to do it again.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. There's no way that was a one off.
No, it couldn't have been.
Especially on Saturday show. Saturday show is like, yeah, buddy, we got some shit going on.
She
Once we talk about that.
Athena showed up and made two new feuds immediately. So
Yep.
yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing.
Now, we're going to talk about the main event.
Oh man.
So we had the Death Riders with the Beast Mortos and Young Bucks. So it was Moxley, Yuta, Mortos, and the Bucks versus Osprey, Swerve, and the Trios champions, the Ops. Look, this was a the 14-man match was chaos. This wasn't chaos. This was a war.
Mm-hmm.
Because these guys were fucking fighting, dude. It wasn't pretty. They were hitting. They were hitting hard. They were trying to take. Everybody was trying to take everybody out. Especially the souped up Mortos, man. Look, when Mortos came out, Mexico went crazy.
I mean,
they went nuts.
He'd been banned for 14 years before that, so it just worked out.
Yep. Well, Mercedes Moné magic happens.
No,
because Tony's over there.
No,
no, Tony went over there.
Yeah, Tony went, asked. We don't know how much he asked. We don't know what happened, but I mean, it went in AEW's favor because they were like, okay, Mortos can be there.
Oh, they're like, of course. Or Tony was like, okay, all right, man, how much were you out? Oh, this? Okay, here you go. Take that. Mortos can wrestle here, right? They're like, yeah, he can wrestle here anytime now.
Fun fact about that. After we found out Mortos was able to be on the show, Rush and Juristico got a little salty. Apparently, allegedly. They were not happy because they are also banned. But Rush said that he wanted Juristico to wrestle and beat Mystico, and I was like, bro, Rush, stop. Just stop.
Stop it, Rush. Don't do it, Rush.
It's not gonna be a thing. That's not happening. You're not no.
Not Juristico.
Yeah, not Juristico. No.
Maybe Rush has a chance, but not Juristico.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It is what it is. But apparently Rush was not happy. Neither here nor there at this point, but just a little fun fact.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, Mortos got in, so maybe next time he'll get Rush and all them in.
I'm guessing so. If Tony Khan was able to do this with Mortos, anything's possible. Well, almost anything's possible.
Because I would think it'd be too much to be like, okay, can you get all three of these guys in here? Versus, all right, can you get this one in here this time? Okay, cool. Next time you go in, hey, we gave you Hangman, so can you get Rush in here? Mm-hmm. That's probably how it'll work, right?
Yeah, it's a negotiation, y'all. This is what partnership is. Like, you do things for your partner and everything, and back and forth. That's what partnership is.
Yeah. And of course, that's probably how it's going to work. They'll be like, hey, can we get Hangman? It's like, sure, you can get Hangman. Can we get Rush in Arena Mexico again? And they'll be like, sure. And that's how it works.
Yep. It's business.
Yep. But, so, as much of a war as this match was, Moxley ended up getting the pin on Swerve. And if you guys remember at the beginning, Hangman said he wasn't allowed to be during the match. So immediately when Swerve got pinned, guess who showed up? Hangman Adam Page.
We will talk about that in a minute.
Hangman, he was going in. He was on a. He did the buckshot lariat. He was going. Mox moved out of the way and he hit one of the Bucks. He hit Matt Jackson. And Nick was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then Hangman was like, whatever. And just started going after Mox and crew. He didn't give a shit. But hey, Hangman told them, stay out of his way. Stay out of their business. Stay in the business. So they got what they had coming to them.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the end when they were all on the ramp going to the back, and the Bucks were like looking at him, he looked at them, he's like, fuck y'all, and turned around and was like, yeah. The crowd, and that's how we ended AEW Dynamite. But yeah, that was a damn good match. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun match. I think that's the key word for Grand Slam Mexico was 2 hours and 30 minutes of fun. It was a damn good show.
It was such a, like you said, it was such a fun show. Like the crowd, the atmosphere, like every wrestler seemed like they were having a ball also. Like Ospreay looked like he could shoot into space. And he had a black eye and his head was wrapped and he looked like he could fly to space right then and there.
Yeah. Well, it was on everybody there. They said it was on their list of places to wrestle, kind of like the Tokyo Dome is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all got to actually wrestle there.
Yeah, because y'all need to know this. Not anyone can just run Arena Mexico. That's not how that works.
That's not how it works, yeah.
So that's why you see, like, a lot of the people that were on this card that were saying, oh, it's my dream to be here, they didn't have the opportunity to be here before. Didn't matter where they were. They just didn't have the opportunity. They do now.
Yep.
Let me...
So what did you think? What did you think, man? I got to get your thoughts on the last match.
I think the match was really good. The match was fantastic. It was top to bottom. The match was just fun. It was nice to see the Bucks back because we had heard Nick got hurt a couple weeks ago. We saw him again last week. He was in the match. It was great to see. Samoa Joe also should get a shout out because he also looked like he was on the moon coming out there. It was just a fun match.
Yeah, man. Well, shit. Did you hear them when he came out?
Yes, they Arena Mexico shook when Samoa Joe came out.
Yeah, man. They were chanting Joe loud. They're like, Joe. He was like, he came out. He was like, oh shit, goddamn.
He had the extra swag in his walk this time.
Yep.
Now, we got to talk about the ending sequence, the post match.
Okay, let's talk about it.
We got to talk about the post match. So the perception is that Swerve was about to get beat down by everyone, right? Like he was in there for the BTE trigger. He was gonna get hurt, and then Hangman's music hit. So the perception for everyone was that Hangman saved Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that
the Hangman saved Swerve?
Yeah.
I think it was. Let's see. I think it was just timing, right? He was coming out no matter what. It didn't matter, I think it just timed out to where it looked like he saved Swerve, but I think he was coming out no matter what.
I agree. He said he said as much.
It was the time for. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he said he came out to save Swerve.
No. He said that he was gonna come out no matter what in that beginning promo.
Yeah, so it's probably the time it took him to climb up the damn stairs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Hangman went out there to try to save Swerve. Like, I think Hangman happened to be out there. Like, he knew he was going to come out there and fight Moxley. The match was over. He came out. And Swerve's reaction was also hilarious because everyone else was standing by Hangman against Moxley, and Swerve was just sitting in the corners, kind of sulking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even where Ospreay had to like turn around and be like, "Hey, man." We don't know what they said. All we know is that Swerve was kind of mean mugging Hangman a little bit, and Ospreay kind of turned around to Swerve and was like, said something. I don't know. It's just very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. We'll probably see more of the aftermath of it on next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, for sure. In fucking Washington.
In Seattle, Swerve Country.
Mm-hmm. There was another show that was in Washington this week.
The who?
You know we got to talk about it.
Yeah, let's get to it.
We got to talk about the AEW Collision.
Yes, sir.
Immediately, Collision is back on Saturday for 1 week because it's back on Thursday this week.
God damn it.
I was so happy to see Collision just back on Saturday. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But
you know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
Uh-huh.
I'm not even gonna watch it on Thursday. Fuck all that shit. I'm gonna wait till 5 o'clock on Saturday and then watch it then.
I would say the same thing, but I know I'm gonna watch it Thursday. If I can be in front of the TV, I'm gonna watch it on Thursday. I know how it's gonna happen. I know how it's gonna go.
I'll watch it again on Saturday just cause.
The show starts as Collision usually does. We got promos, but we only got one this time from Stokely, FCR, and Protoshita. Nothing crazy happened in this one. They just said, you know, Wednesday was embarrassment. I'm happy Cash is back. We're gonna win, and we had Protoshita with us. We're gonna win, and that's all that was. Nothing crazy. We're gonna get into the actual matches now. Our first match was Jon Moxley versus AR Fox. AR Fox put up a fight. He did what he could. He was able to hit a couple high fly moves, but it wasn't enough. He couldn't get him. Moxley hit him with the God style Prowl Driver, then got into the full mount and started throwing elbows down at AR Fox, and then transitioned to a rear naked choke, and AR Fox passed out. I'm gonna talk about the promo really quick. Then I'm gonna pass to you to see what you thought on all the Moxley stuff. But Moxley was beating him up for a few more minutes and then called Wheeler Yuta to get him a mic. When he got a mic, he said that he's been watching Heyman for the last few years piss away all the opportunities and his God-given gifts. Moxley said he's sick of him waiting to get his act together. He's not like all of us, and he's gonna send him back to the farm or whatever he does. And he said that he's gonna send Heyman out of the sport for good. What were your thoughts on the match and the segment, Profit?
The match was fun, and there's one thing I have to say about because I saw a lot of people like, oh, why they have to feed AR Fox to Jon Moxley and he deserves more than that. I'm like, yo,
oh my
guys,
God.
chill.
Oh my God.
Do you know how this works? Do you remember Commander? Remember what happened to Commander? Went into the what was it? The not the Owen.
Oh, the Continental Classic.
Went into the Continental Classic as the as the backup to Juice Robinson. He came in, did all of his did fantastic matches. Lost all of them, but losing, it doesn't matter. Immediately after he wins the TV championship in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Right? It's all a factor of being out there and being on TV. Yes, AR Fox lost, sure. But he put in a good match with the world champion, Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what counts.
I didn't see people doing that. That's annoying.
Yeah, I've been seeing all the weird discourse that goes on, but just to say that, just get that out the way. But Yeah, it's the scene is heating up, man. The feud between him and Hangman is heating. It's great. As we're getting closer to All In, it's about to get real chaotic real quick.
Well, we're about 3 weeks away. We're 20 or 19 days away from All In. So it's about to be
Yep.
crazy. Next, we got a little video package showing about what happened in Grand Slam, Mexico. We're going to get a few of these throughout the show, so just be ready for that. Then right after, we got an 8-man tag. Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and FTR versus Bandito, Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong. There was like another little promo at some point between like Adam Cole and all them. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm happy to see you back, Roddy. I'm sorry you couldn't be there. We're gonna go out and win all that stuff. Not important. Doesn't matter because they didn't win.
No.
I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite parts of the match. And it was the Bandito hot tag, like very early into the match.
Uh-huh.
Bandito took out everybody by himself.
Yeah.
And then he throws FTR out of the ring and he tries to do a dive to FTR, but FTR catches him and they slam him very disgustingly onto the announcer's table. That shit looked like it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It like freaked me out when I saw it. I was like, oh. But yeah, we had a lot of really good moments. Like I said, the team of bad guys did win. Roddy was in the ring by himself against FTR and Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher hit him with that little like enziguri kick. I don't even know if it's an enziguri. It's not, but like the little kick to the face. And then FTR hits him with the Shatter Machine for the win.
The kick to the face. That's a Kamingiri.
Kamingiri, thank you. The Kamingiri. And then FTR hits the Shatter Machine for the 1-2-3. Roddy loses. Our bad guy team wins. And then FTR and the Don Callis family try to attack Bandito, Garcia, and all them. And then we get the Outrunners. The Outrunners runs out. And Cash is like, buddies, we're friends. What's going on? And then I think it was Turbo. I think it was Truth. I don't remember which one. One of them was like, no, we are not friends. Like, you guys are idiots. I don't like what you're doing. So we're going to get a little friction between FTR and the Outrunners. Because remember, they used to be friends. They used to work out together. It was a whole thing.
Yep.
Now they're enemies. So we'll see what happens and where that goes. Profit, what were your thoughts on the match?
Just gonna say, Outrunners, don't say you're legends. That's a power up for FTR.
Right now, the living legend killers. Yeah, do not do that.
But no, this match was cool. It was a great match, man. Like, all those guys showed out. They're still riding high from Marina, Mexico. You could see that.
Oh yeah.
So they were going hard, man. Everybody was going hard. So it was great. It was a match, fun match. And yeah, I can't wait to see where Outrunners at FTR goes. It's probably not going to go great for now, but we shall see.
Yeah, I expect to see them on like Collision at some point in like the next couple weeks with the tag match. So we'll see where that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Right after this, we had our 8-woman tag team match. We had a couple promos from everybody. We had everyone. Ty Mello called out Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Queen Aminata called out Tekla, saying that she hasn't seen everything yet because Queen Aminata's been getting kind of hit online lately about that she's too tough and she was too stiff and blah, 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 blah from all the bitches online. Thunder Rosa calls out Athena and says that she's coming after the title. And then we transition to the villains. Athena is basically the only one who talks here because it's Athena. And she runs down. She runs down instead of running down the other team. She runs down her own team. She says she doesn't like the Spider Lady, which is Tekla. They did have a match in Japan a few months ago, so they're not really friends. They used to be, not anymore. She called Penelope Ford crazy, and then she said she was bigger than Megan Bayne, and also told them not to ruin her moment because tonight is Athena Elite Wrestling, and if they do good enough, she'll make them minions. So just don't screw up.
And Megan Bain did not like that.
She was not happy at all.
She was pissed.
She was about to attack Athena, and then Penelope Ford was like, no. Please. So Penelope Ford can at least keep Megan Bain calm for a little bit, but yeah, Athena being Athena. And if it was anyone else, I'd be like, that's probably a bad idea, but it's Athena.
Yeah.
Like, who am I to tell Athena you shouldn't do that to Megan Bain? I'm pretty sure, Athena can do whatever she wants, so.
Yeah.
You have any thoughts on that promo segment?
No, I thought it was great that, the Athena part of it was great. And I'm also glad that Thunder Rosa is going to a title that is not the title that she never lost.
Yeah.
It's actually some type of, title that she can work towards and gain versus saying that same thing. It's like, you got to stop saying that. Mm-hmm. You lost a rematch. You can't say it again.
Yeah, no. Now she's going after the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. That match, they have Supercard of Honor the night before. I hope they're not dumb. Put Thunder Rosa and Athena on All In. Just do it.
That'd be good.
And then, add Megan Bain and make it a three-way.
A three-way?
Yeah. Megan Bain, Thunder Rosa, Athena. All in Texas. Who says no?
Ain't nobody saying no. Or it would just be Megan Bain and Megan Bain will go find Thunder Rosa and kill her before she even gets there.
It's possible.
That's how that would work.
After this, we got Mercedes Moné. We got a promo from her in Mexico. Renee congratulated her on being six belts Moné. Then Mercedes says that Tony is timeless, but she is iconic. And, she's just running down Tony. And then she ends with "See you in Texas, bitch." Not really a lot there. It was just kind of Mercedes kind of talking,
Yep.
Right after, we got the match of the night. By far.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
We got the franchise, Swerve Strickland versus Shane Taylor. Swerve got his hometown welcome. He was in Washington, but Swerve gets that hometown welcome everywhere at this point because he's the franchise. It's just kind of how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But a majority of the match was Swerve using his speed to outwit Shane Taylor and then hurting the arm, and then Shane Taylor just trying to outpower Swerve the entire time. That was the match. Mm-hmm. We're not here to talk about the match right now.
No. There was a match, and then there was a side story happening during the match.
So, for those who don't know, Shane Taylor is the leader of Shane Taylor Promotions, so he came out with the entire team. The Infantry and Lee Moriarty. People don't add Trish Adora to the Infantry, but she is part of the Infantry. So when you say the Infantry, you can just say her name. You don't have to say her name, just the Infantry. What were you gonna say?
No, I said yeah, she's part of the Infantry.
Yeah. People kind of forget that and kind of say her name on the separate. You don't have to. They're all glued together. During the match, Shane Taylor gets knocked out of the ring, and Charlie Bravo walks up and is like, "Bro, I got a lot of money on you. What are you doing?" And then Shane's like, "I got it. Don't worry." And then we go back to the corner, and we see a bottle of Henny, and it had to be at least a couple $1,000s on the corner of the ring. So the Infantry is just betting. Prince Nana is looking over. Swerve's kind of looking over. Nana walks over there. Nana puts some money down. Charlie Bravo goes up to Tony Schiavone. He's like, "Come on, Tony." Tony Schiavone gets up off a commentary and puts down a couple hundreds himself also. So they're actively betting on the match during the match.
Yes.
It was hilarious. So for the rest of the match, Nana, the Infantry, and Lee Moriarty and Lee's out there too, but Lee don't really gamble or drink or nothing like that. So he's kind of just standing and looking. He's like, "Oh man, I didn't know we could do this." Nana goes over to the corner with the Infantry, and they're all just kind of watching the match together. Nana has the money out. Nana has his money out also. The Hennies out there, they're having a good time. While Swerve and Shane Taylor are killing each other in the ring. To end the match, Swerve hits Shane Taylor with the Swerve Stomp while he's on the apron. While we're outside, Nana's trying to pick up the money and try to steal the money. And Charlie Bravo and Sean Dean like kind of yoke him up. It's like, no, you're not going anywhere. So Swerve hits a dive over and hits the infantry, and the money goes flying. So while the money's flying, Nana's trying to pick it up all up from the ground. And then Swerve gets into the ring and hits a nasty house call. Like, it looked like he really got Shane Taylor. And Shane Taylor, like, his head bopped and he fell for the 1, 2, 3. Nana gets in the ring with the money. Swerve is taking some money. During the match also, Swerve was like, I'm going to take that money. And they were like, no, you're not. But he did. I don't know if Tony Schiavone got his money back for being in the bet. I don't know, because they just kind of took the money and left. But that was the match. Profit, what were your thoughts?
Best match on the card.
It was so good, bro.
It was hilarious because you had great in-ring work from Swerve Strickland and Shane Taylor. Great to see Shane Taylor and STP just on TV. We need them just... If you don't have them on Dynamite, that's cool. Just have them as a mainstay on Collision, kind of like how Hologram is, right?
Yes.
They're too good not to be on, not to be on TV. All of them, the whole crew, right? But the whole the side thing, them betting on the side that took it over the top. That shit was so hilarious,
bro. It was so good. I was watching the match, and I was not only that I liked what was going on in the match, but on the side, every time we got to see like Nana and the infantry sitting out there, and then Lee kind of just like standing because he hasn't bet. He's just kind of standing, looking at them, being like, "I don't know. I didn't know we could do this. Like, I don't know what's going on." It's just, this is what a lot of people mean when they say make the most out of your TV time.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the most talked about parts of the show.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic. Like, every second of it was so great. We for sure, like you said, Profit, they should be mainstays on Collision again, like they were before.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, God. Next, we go back to Grand Slam, Mexico, and we see what happened between Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné. We talked about it a little bit earlier, so we don't have to talk about it again. Where all the titles went flying. So, we come back and we hear from Tony Storm. And oh boy. I meant to like do like a couple little things here and there. I accidentally wrote down a majority of the promo. So I'm gonna paraphrase as best as I can. If you have not heard this promo, take 2 minutes out of your day, maybe 3 minutes, and watch it. Some of the best work that we've seen in AEW. Still. Tony says that she's disappointed in Mercedes because Mercedes has only been eating steak, playing on her phone, and trying to kiss her. And she said she's in Mexico because she won yet another title. And then Tony questions Mercedes' motivations. Like, is that all I am to you? I'm just a trophy. To mantle on your wall. That's it. Then she says, I want to say this as nice as I can. She said that she's not some other motherfucker. And the crowd goes crazy. And that's what she said. That's what she said. Like, I don't know if it was bleeped on TV, but that's what she said.
It was bleeped on TV.
Ah, yeah. You can, bro, find the clip. She said that shit with force. Tony Storm also said if Mercedes makes one false move, that Tony will eat her alive. And Tony demands the best of Mercedes at All In because that's what she is. Tony said that Mercedes is very deserving. Like Tony said that her reign's going to end eventually, and Mercedes is very deserving of that because she believes that Mercedes is the greatest of all time. Tony also goes on to say that her, as in Tony Storm, is not and not ever meant to be, because she's a manic, neurotic, erotic, sexually questionable, consistently sweating, bottom-heavy transatlantic whore. Tony said that she makes magic happen with the title, and at All In, Tony just has to beat Mercedes, but Mercedes has to kill Tony. Mm-hmm. And that is the promo. It just, oh my god. Timeless Tony Storm continues to prove why she is the best in the business. And
oh yeah,
listen to what I'm saying. Not the best woman in the business. The best in the business. There is not a character better than Timeless Tony Storm right now in wrestling. It's been that way for a while. Profit, what are your thoughts?
I agree with you. There's no better character than Timeless Tony Storm. Like, if anyone else were to say that, they would sound like mm-hmm. But with Timeless Tony Storm, it's Timeless Tony Storm. It just sounds right. I don't know how to say it. It just sounds the way it should, right? It's a promo that only she can cut.
Yep.
That's the main thing. It's a promo that no one else can do it.
No. It would be impossible. No one is on Timeless Tony Storm's level right now. Not a single person.
No.
Next up, we had a very interesting mixed tag match. We kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier. We had Hologram, the newest member of the conglomeration, Mark Briscoe and Willow Nightingale versus MXM Collection and Taya Valkyrie. We're getting more Taya Valkyrie on TV, Profit.
I am a very happy person.
All I'm saying is the week that we talked about it, all of a sudden, she's back.
He's like, put Taya Valkyrie with MXM Collection. Bam! Taya Valkyrie's with MXM Collection. I don't know. You're welcome, guys.
Yeah. She was with them. She was with them before, so we can give that credit. But it's been a while, so it's nice to see it just on TV again.
Yeah, and MXM Collection being on TV too, and also Johnny TV being on TV.
Yes,
great.
Yes, it's fantastic to see all of them again. I hope we see them more, because now that we're gonna get back to having 2 separate shows again, we should be back to seeing a lot of the stuff. Like, this was a collision, right? Like, this was a collision, so it was nice to see some people that we haven't seen in a while on TV again, stuff like that. So it was just nice. I don't really have a lot to say about this match. The one main thing I want to say is a Hologram has the best portal bomb I've ever seen in my life.
It's ridiculous, dude.
It's so good. I don't know how he does it, but it's fantastic. Mark Briscoe hit the Froggy Bow on Mansoor to win the match. There's not really a lot to talk about during the match. It was a good match overall, but there's not really a lot going on. Profit, you alluded to it earlier. You have Hologram, you have Mark Briscoe together. They ain't losing.
No.
It's not happening. And then you add the Willow Nightingale buff to that also.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, and on Collision, there's too many buffs, dude.
It's stacks on stacks on stacks of buffs. It's not gonna happen.
It's not happening. They're not losing.
Do you have any thoughts on this match before we go on to a very interesting backstage segment?
So, before Hologram came out, I was hoping somebody else came out.
Who are you hoping for?
I was hoping it was Dalton Castle.
Because he's back on Ring of Honor now, right?
He did his. They showed his promo, but if you guys haven't seen that promo, it is the wacky. He literally comes out of a spaceship. The boys are looking for him. They're in a desert, walking through a desert, looking. They have this little peacock feather, and it's to some place. And they finally get to this place, and Dalton Castle comes down from a spaceship. It would be weird. It's a Timeless Tony Storm situation. It'd be weird if anybody else did. But it's Dalton Castle, so you just expect it.
Yep. At this point,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I was like. Come on, Dalton Castle, and I was like, oh, well, maybe next time
we'll
because the conglomeration conglomerates with everybody.
Dalton Castle and conglomeration will be hilarious. Now we go backstage to Chris Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi Nair is about to ask her about Willow. And honestly, rightfully so, Chris Statlander gets upset. Like, all you want to do is come ask me about Willow? Okay, fine. When's the last time I had a match? Like, everyone gets to wrestle. You think I was supposed to be in the 8-woman All-Star tag? No. When can I wrestle? Like, what is going on? And then, again, Wheeler Yuta comes up. And he's like, Stat, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. And Chris cuts him off completely and was like, look, I know what you're doing. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. Get out of my face. And she kind of pushed him, but the push did not result in Wheeler Yuta flying back 5 feet, no matter how strong Chris Statlander is. Like, he flew into the barricade. It was hilarious. What was not hilarious is when she turned around, she bumped into Jon Moxley. Chris Statlander was standing there. She was like shaking. Moxley picks up the phone and he's like, don't you ever let anyone tell you who you are or what you're worth. Moxley gives back the phone. He walks off. And fucking Wheeler Yuta, to break the levity of this whole situation, quickly runs behind Statlander to follow Moxley. And I got irrationally mad when I saw the blur of Wheeler Yuta behind Statlander. I was like, what are you doing? Go around the camera. Don't do... But that's not important. What's important is that we are continuing the story where we actually might see Chris Statlander join the Death Riders.
Yikes.
Proffitt, what are your thoughts?
I thought I loved that whole segment. I thought it was good. And that, the whole thing when she ran into Moxley, she was terrified, dude.
As she should be. And I feel like a lot of us fans, because a lot of people are kind of sick of this Moxley run, have completely forgotten the terror that Moxley has put in the AEW fan base and the AEW shows for the last 9 months.
Yeah.
He killed Rampage. But yeah, Profit, I fully agree. I think Chris Statlander did exactly what she was supposed to do. It was interesting last week when Yuta was trying to recruit because it's like, it's really Yuta. It's whatever, he's not. It's Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
But Moxley himself stopping and giving some advice to Stat. I mean, that has to be an opening for the Death Riders, right? Like, that's not overthinking that.
No, look, it's either an opening for the Death Riders or it to work in their favor, right? Like, kind of what Wheeler Yuta's trying to tell her is like, before you can move ahead and move past everything, you gotta let shit go, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, whatever that means, whatever part of letting go that means, whether it's you gotta take whoever out, you gotta do, whatever, but you gotta let it go, and then you'll move. He's like, that was the only way he was able to get ahead, like by getting out of the best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it can work in their favor because if she's sick of it during the title match on, All In and comes and fucks up Willow, right? That leaves Marina Shafir to do whatever she wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no equalizer there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Profit, what you just said just gave me a thought.
Yeah,
All right, walk with me for a second, all right?
walking.
All right. Chris Statlander has been in a very interesting position over the last year in AEW. She went from she went from tag team with Willow to turning on Willow with Stokely to then having the feud with Willow, then regretting that. And I feel like, I'm not gonna say for a lot of people. For me, I was like, Chris Statlander, she's like remorseful, and I get it, but whatever. And I think the interesting part about this entire thing is Willow was not forgiving of what Stat was doing. And we've seen Willow, right? Like, Willow's had like death matches with women and has worked with them the next week.
Right.
So, like, the fact that Willow wasn't able to forgive Stat for what happened was interesting. And I think with this stuff that's happening with Moxley, Stat never turned face again. Stat was just trying to be someone who she's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to lead to her joining the Death Riders to be the heel version of Chris Statlander that we all wanted when she turned on Willow all those months, last year, whatever that was.
Right. But it proves one thing, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stokely was right.
Stokely was right.
If you want to like really look, Stokely was like, "Yo, you got to get rid of Willow. If you don't, you're not going to move ahead." And it's pretty much a fact.
It's crazy to think about, because the only time now lately that we've seen Statlander on screen is when she's asked about Willow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that anger that she had for Willow before is probably still there, but she's trying to pretend to be the good Stat, and that's not who she is anymore.
Right. She was the one that turned with, like, the real Stat was the one that was with that turned when she was with Stokely.
Yes. So, who is the best person to bring out the Statlander who should be there? It's Moxley.
Yep.
Moxley's entire tirade, his entire reign, has been about bringing in killers.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is a bigger killer than fucking Chris Statlander?
Oh yeah, no. You have that monster on your team. She's a monster.
Exactly.
Like, we got Maria Shafir, like, kind of, as the bodyguard, but, like, look, if you want the real heavy, you would get somebody like Statlander.
Mm-hmm. And let's be real, Stat would be a perfect fit for the Death Riders.
Well, look, her hair is now black again.
Yep.
Just like before when she turned on Willow. After she turned on Willow.
That just goes with the theory. Stat never returned face. She was just trying to lie to herself she was trying to figure her shit out. And she thought that going back with Willow was the right thing to do. Willow said, no, fuck you. Well, she didn't say fuck. Willow doesn't curse like that. But she's like, no, forget you. And now Stat's on the sideline again and just getting angrier and angrier by the week, to becoming the Stat that we knew after Double or Nothing last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Y'all telling me AEW doesn't tell stories?
No, that narrative is dead.
Super dead, bro.
Like, whoever's saying that now, just, you could just say they don't watch AEW.
Exactly. At this point, bro, we just went on 10-minute tirade about Chris Statlander off of a 3-minute segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that just feels right. It just feels like Stat has just been kind of lying to herself this entire time. and pretty soon we're gonna see Stat with the Death Riders, where low key she belongs right now. So
Well,
I can't
see,
wait.
there's this thing that people don't realize. I'm gonna break it to you. You guys are gonna get mad.
Uh oh.
The Death Riders is not ending after All In.
No, of course not.
It's not like they're gonna, yes, Moxley will. More likely, yes, Moxley will lose to Hangman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Death Riders themselves will not be done. They're still going to go on the tirade. They're still going to. It's just going to be who are they going to fight? Well, not who they're going to fight. Who are they going to focus on, or what they're going to focus on? Is the question, because there's just more. There's going to be more to the Death Rider, even after they lose the title.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, man.
I think you're 100% right, and that's when Darby and Orange Cassidy, if he's not her anymore, slide back into the picture, because the one who should kill the Death Riders is Darby, but Darby should not be the one to take the title from Jon Moxley.
No, no, not at all.
Hangman takes the title, Darby finishes the job. That's how it should be.
Right.
Because Darby's entire thing, believe it or not, everyone can say what they want to say or not. You can say easily Darby's whole thing was not about the title. Darby was just attacking the Death Riders because of what happened with Danielson. Oh, that motherfucker too. Speaking of him.
Yeah, speaking of Danielson.
It could be Danielson, Darby, and Orange Cassidy. Easily.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know, during the Ring of Honor Global Wars show, at the end of one of the matches, he did the Psycho knee to Shane Taylor.
That has to be on the show, right? That was for sure on the show.
It was after a match, so yeah, I would think so. It was Global Wars is a pay-per-view, so it had to.
God, if I watch Global Wars next week and that part is not on there, we know they're doing that shit on purpose. Because I don't,
unless it was part of the main event and it was after the show went.
Well, we don't know. Like, we're not gonna find out until Thursday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danielson took a bump on that hard ass CMLL ring.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be back. And again, if anyone also has a gripe against the Death Riders, it's also Danielson, because they literally killed him. Well, they figuratively killed him.
Yeah.
So, hey. Also, that's the person that Moxley won the title from. The last time that we saw the AEW World Championship is when Moxley beat Danielson for it. So, I mean, it's right there. Danielson and Darby together. It's right there.
Yep. He took a quick bump to make sure he was all right. He's like, okay, I can do this at All In.
That All In main event is going to be ridiculous because there's a potential for so many people to run in.
Oh, no. Half of AEW's running in on now.
It's going to. We're gonna get a Hangman on your left type of thing. Like it's right there. We're gonna get an endgame ending, and Moxley's just gonna get snapped out of existence.
he's gonna be Thanos taking everybody out.
Oh snap! You cut out for a second.
Oh, did I cut out now?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think it was because I went away from the mic.
It just happened again.
Oh, that's weird.
We can keep going just to see what happens.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Next segments, we have Don Callis in the ring with Tony Schiavone. We get what we get Don Callis is there, we get Lance Archer, and we get Josh Alexander. For reasons unknown to me and to the crowd, Don Callis calls out Kazuchika Okada. And I don't know what happened. I think like some issues with Triller happened. Like, I don't know, like my TV cut out. I'm not really sure what happened, but he said something. And I couldn't hear it. When I came back, we got the replay of the Kenny Omega attack from Summer Blockbuster. Then Don Callis says he's sick of Tony Schiavone just talking bad about the family. Then he also goes on to say, "Oh, Kenny, you have no friends, and now Okada and I have teamed up for this match only to make sure that you lose, and nothing else. There was nothing else that happened." After Don Callis says this, Mark Briscoe comes out. And he's like, "Hey, I'm Kenny's friend. I ain't the only one." And because we haven't heard this music in a while, I was like, who is this? What is going on? And then his picture showed up on the thing, and the beat dropped, and Kota Ibushi comes out. So Kota Ibushi is back. And goddamn, does he look like 2019 Kota Ibushi again?
Yeah.
He didn't do his holistic bullshit. It looks like he went to an actual doctor to get himself healed up. And God bless. I broke my phone. I have a crack in my phone right now because I saw Ibushi, and my phone dropped out of my hand and fell onto the floor. And it just, we haven't seen him in a while. And we haven't seen, at least on AEW, I think he's had like a couple matches in Japan. Like, I'm not sure. But we haven't seen him in a while. And it's the first time we actually got to see him one-on-one with Okada in a long time.
Yeah, man.
Ibushi takes out Josh Alexander. Basically immediately. Just knocks him out, gets him out of the ring. Mark Briscoe is working on Lance Archer outside of the ring. So they're kind of fighting out there. And we get the shared stare down between Okada and Ibushi, and they start fighting. Okada leaves. Ibushi stands tall. And he's back just in time for All In. And it sounds like his visa issues are not a thing anymore, and he's healthy. Mm-hmm. And my second thought before I pass it to you was, if his visa issues are fine, we might be seeing Shida again pretty soon.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about it later on, but they did announce a casino. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Shida can be in there.
That's the hope.
Or she just shows up next week as Yakuza Shida and just starts hitting people.
See,
it'll be great.
The thing about that, we'll talk about it right now too. They didn't say if it was a men's or women's, but they announced it at the end of the women's main event. So the assumption is it should be the women's casino gauntlet.
Right.
If it's not, that's really stupid. And also, they could have just said it.
Yeah, instead of leaving it ambiguous like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we can easily assume that it is a women's casino gauntlet because they did it after the eight woman all-star tag.
Right.
But just say it. All you gotta do is just say it. It's not that they didn't have to do this. They could have just said what it was. We're all assuming. Right. And here's the thing. Now, if it's not a women's casino gauntlet, we're all going to be upset. So they just should have said it. But Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the Don Callis family segment?
The Don Callis family is way too powerful now.
What do you mean? They got anybody new?
No, just stop that bullshit. It's on the AEW website, damn it.
Nope.
He's part of the Don Callis family.
I refuse. I refuse. Look, if people can be completely like oblivious to everything else, I can be oblivious to whatever's happening here.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, he is part of the Don Callis. And
you know what's funny? This is no bullshit. I'm not kidding when I say this. As soon as you said Don, you cut out again.
See, they're trying to get me.
And I wish I was joking. I'm not joking. which is hilarious.
Well, you ain't gonna stop this. He's part of the Don Callis family. Damn it, that's it.
Yeah, you didn't cut out that time. I heard loud and clear.
See, I had conviction this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ignorant. I don't care.
It's fine. They're too powerful now. They should be the ones that take out the Death Riders. They got two. Look at it. Look at the Don Callis family. You can't tell me they can't take out the Death Riders. There's no way they can't.
Does this mean that the current iteration of the Elite is gone? Is Okada not part of the Elite anymore?
Yeah, he's not part of the Elite.
Huh. And we haven't seen Jack Perry in a while either.
Jack Perry's still part of the Elite.
But we haven't seen him in a while.
Apparently, because it's on the website, he's part of the Elite still.
Okay.
Well, probably until All In, where he's gonna pop up and be like, "Yo, you haven't returned my, you know what? Fuck you guys," and then do his thing and lay out one of the, and lay one of those guys out, either whether it's Matt and Nick Jackson.
Bro, that fucking main event at All In, or the Hangman and Moxley, there's gonna be 58 bodies in the ring, bro. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, this is Avengers Endgame.
Oh my god.
This is Endgame. There's like everybody's coming in. You know, shit. Eddie Kingston ain't even cleared. He's coming in.
He gonna be on the crutches, limping out.
He's gonna be in a wheelchair rolling out, man. It doesn't matter.
Darby jumped from Mount Everest already. He's been aiming towards All In. I don't know how long it takes to like free fall from Mount Everest, but he'll probably land by the time the main event hits.
No, he's doing a coffin drop from the top of Mount Everest down to Texas.
He's already jumped. I'm assuming he's already jumped.
Yeah, no, he's just floating. He's like floating for a month.
He's in the air. Just in the air.
Plane goes by. Hey guys, how's it going?
Everyone's looking like, what the fuck? Is that an AEW wrestler? What are you doing up here?
Oh man, yeah. I thought that whole segment was great to see Kota Ibushi again. He looks like he's ready. He is ready to tear some shit up. Yes. So I can't wait to see what he, now that he's back and 100%, can't wait to see what he does. And can't wait to see him mix it up, which is Wednesday, actually.
Oh yeah, we got the announcement that we're gonna see him on Wednesday.
Tag match, him and Mark Briscoe versus Okada and I think Josh Alexander.
Was that real?
I'm pretty sure it's real.
Oh shit.
Unless I'm wrong, we'll find out in a few days, but I'm very sure that's real.
Oh shit. Okay. We're here. It's happening.
It's 100% happening.
Next up, we got a very interesting segment, to say the least. We found out that Big Bill and Brian Keith were fighting with the Workhorsemen. They had fought out to the ring, and we could just keep it a whole stack. Workhorsemen were not competition for Big Bill and Brian Keith.
No.
They got taken out. I thought we were going to get the match because we saw that thing on Summer Blockbuster of them kind of like looking at each other. I'm guessing that match ain't going to happen. I think this is it, which is sad. Because I like the Workhorsemen, but it is what it is. After they beat the hell out of the Workhorsemen, Christian Cage music hits. Christian Cage said, "Hey, y'all interrupting my TV time." I also had a huge announcement. He says Nick Wayne has been wrestling at a godlike pace because of his guidance, despite the fact that he's been trying to make him lose the title. Christian Cage said that he and Nick Wayne will now stand together to become the first ever father and son AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Oh no!
I was like, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
Christian, that ain't your real son. Do you realize it's not your son? Big Bill, he goes old school and takes the mic and insinuates that anyone in the state could be Nick Wayne's father. I'm not gonna say anything else. That's all he said, really. And he was pointing at people in the crowd. He said someone was like a dead ringer, but we didn't see who it was. Christian then asks Big Bill if he has fallen off the wagon. Like, did you have a bender over the weekend? Because you don't know you talk to the face of TNT. You're talking about the faction that runs the company. And that was kind of it. So I guess at some point we're going to be getting Big Bill and Ryan Keith versus the Patriarchy. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a pretty good segment. I think, you know what I was expecting?
What?
When he said him and Nick Wayne are going to be a team, I was expecting the Hurt Syndicate to just pop out of nowhere.
I thought so too. Like, y'all talking about the tag team titles? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they've remembered that's who they got to get past, right? The Hurt Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck, Christian. Wish you the best.
This also kind of led me to an interesting thought, and you can call this crazy because I think this is a very crazy idea.
Mm-hmm.
What if Adam Copeland comes back and turns heel, and we get like Cope and Christian but heel instead of what we all thought was going to be?
And he just like spears Nick Wayne or something and then just steps in.
Yeah,
I mean, that could work.
it's a very crazy idea. I don't know, but everyone thought we were going to be getting Cope and Christian versus FTR. That does not feel like anywhere that we're going to be doing that anytime soon.
No, not at all.
No. And it feels like it would be a bad idea to turn Christian back to a good guy right now. He's doing phenomenal work as the Patriarch. So instead of that, just if we want them to be together at some point, just turn Cope heel, because God knows people were not very happy with him before he left.
I mean, yeah, but the theme song will play and they'll be happy. They won't be mad anymore. It's fine.
I mean, it happens with everyone, right? Like they would do the Adam Cole. They would do the chant. They would say Adam Cole, baby. Then during the match, they would boo him. Until recently, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're booing Cope, man, unless he does some fucked up shit, like something really messed up.
I mean, it's
not booing him.
It's very possible. I don't know. It was just a random thought. I was like, oh no.
All right, the only way they boot Adam Copeland is like if he teams up with like MJF or something.
Oh, don't put him.
That's the only way.
Oh, don't put him in Syndicate, please.
No, he wouldn't be in the Syndicate. Like, look, if it was Adam Copeland instead of MJF in the Syndicate would still be cheered.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right? They could cheered even more. But no, I don't know. I think it's really hard to turn him in.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just at some point I just want to get to the Cope and Christian, because that's the whole reason that Cope showed up here. And I'm just trying to think of the fastest way to do that, because we know Copeland's going to be at All In.
Oh, of course.
Like, the Stanley Cup Finals is over, or is about to be over, so he's free again.
Oh no, Stanley Cup Finals is done.
It's done?
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, so we're going to see Cope again at some point. He's done being the Canadian. He's going to come back to wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be part of the Avengers.
I mean, he could. That could be a thing. Because he also has, like, beef, rightfully so, with the Death Riders.
Oh, of course.
Okay, we will move on to our next little mini segment. Another very interesting one, where we had Anthony Bowens and Billy Gunn backstage after a match. Bowens was very upset about losing the match. He got a little upset with Billy Gunn, He said, "Hey, I don't. Do you want me to turn to Max Caster? If you don't, we need to get some wins. So there's like some friction here. There's not really a lot there. Do you have any thoughts on that, Profit?
Okay, this is kind of weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, like like Daddy Ass said, he got kicked in the face with a big ass boot, man. Like he got fucked up by Lance Archer.
Which he did, yeah.
So there's nothing he could do. But on the same thing, you're the 5 tool player, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to get them wins yourself. You shouldn't need Daddy Ass to get those wins for you. So it was almost like, the funny thing is, it was almost like he was starting to turn
Right? I thought the same thing.
because he wasn't winning, right? Like I was like, huh, that would be interesting if he just turned. As much as he doesn't want to be like Max Caster, he just suddenly becomes that bad guy, but more aggressive, like, and just turns. I don't know. We shall see, though.
Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna say that this is the most interested I've been in Bowens in this segment, but it was. I just saw. I was like, huh. Yeah, you know what? You should be mad because you're losing, right? You should be angry.
Right.
Now, is the anger misguided a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, like it's not Daddy Ass's fault. Like you're fighting the Don Callis family. There's 20 of them motherfuckers. You're not gonna. Daddy Ass can't take all of them on.
No.
Especially big ass Lance Archer. There's no way.
I don't know. It just Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting, but I think we definitely need to see more to see what they're gonna do next.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We shall see.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we had Jet Speed versus the Gates of Agony with Ricochet on commentary. Very interesting thing that was happening during the match was Ricochet was talking up Gates of Agony a lot.
Uh-huh.
Also talking shit about Leo Rush, saying that Leo Rush ruined the crew's opportunity to be to follow Ricochet, which is also kind of funny. The only things that I have to say about this match is Jet Speed obviously is coming together very well as a team because it's two very good wrestlers who also have a ton of tag team experience working together.
Mm-hmm.
Great team. And Gates of Agony is Gates of Agony. Like, we are big fans of them on this podcast, if y'all don't know.
Yep.
Gates of Agony, they did take control for a good part of the match early. Speedball was able to get in and get a hot tag, and that kind of changed things. We went back and forth, but eventually Jet Speed was able to win with Mike Bailey hitting the spinning heel kick, then jumping out and hitting Toa Leona, and then I forgot his name for a second. Kevin Knight is his name.
No.
hitting the UFO splash to pin to pin for the win.
Yeah.
They got excited. Ricochet was very upset. Profit, I know you have some extra thoughts on this match, so I'm going to pass it to you. Profit, what were your thoughts on this match, and do you have anything else you want to say about Gates of Agony?
Of course I have extra stuff to say, but first things first, match was fantastic. Mm-hmm. It was a great match. It's great. All these guys are great, right? Now, the shit I got to say, I know I've been doing this a lot, this episode of the podcast, but I got to bring up, maybe you guys have ran into it too, seen it. So I'm going to bring it up. There's people calling Toa Leona the Timu Jacob Fatu. And I'm like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, seriously. They couldn't be any more different. The only thing it's just, I don't know where people's minds are at or where their heads at. Yes, Toa Leona did get trained by Kishi, if you didn't know that. Mm-hmm. But to say him and Jacob Fatu are two way different animals.
Yep.
They're way different. Um, and I just think people that are saying that never really watched him wrestle or don't know anything of what he's about. And if anything, because Toa Leona is he's Samoan, but like the way he was coming out versus the way two comes out, like you knew, like Toa Leona would come out with traditional Samoan, man.
Mm-hmm.
He came out the mask, he came out the weapons they had and shit like that. Jacob Fatu don't do no shit like that.
Nope.
Jacob Fatu is too busy sounding like he's from the hood. Just full stop. That's what he's doing.
He's the
Hearing his promos and shit now, that's what he's sounding like.
He's the Samoans that WWE loves, the ones that rip from black culture, despite the fact that half of them aren't even mixed anymore. So,
So, yeah, I'm just they couldn't be more different. So, I'm just gonna say I'm a big fan of Gates of Agony. I hope they team up with Ricochet because I think that's a good combination, right? And that will put them on TV every damn week.
Oh yeah. Because if there is any mainstay on AEW right now, it's Ricochet. Ricochet stay on TV.
Yeah, on both shows.
Yep.
So I would love to see. It's like getting into the Don Callis family. You're going to be on TV every week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's it.
Then we're gonna go to the main event of Collision. Very fun match, very interesting match. We had our all-star 8 women's tag team match. We had Tekla, Penelope Ford, Megan Bayne, and Athena versus Queen Aminata, Ty Mello, Anna Jay, and Thunder Rosa. Realistically, this was like probably the best match of the night. As much as I love Swerve and Shane Taylor, these women were killing it in this main event, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they were.
Match starts. All 8 women were attacking each other immediately. They kind of all break off, and we get Queen Aminata and Penelope Ford to start the match. I'm not going to talk about the way Queen Aminata was taunting Penelope Ford, but it was very interesting. If y'all didn't catch it, she was kind of like doing like a little chest thing. It was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Aminata and Penelope Ford were fighting for like a minute or so. Then we got the perfect setup on the outside. Both teams were standing outside. Penelope Ford gets up on top of one rope. Queen Aminata gets up on top of the other. Queen Aminata jumps. Penelope Ford jumps. They all attack their teams, the other teams. Fantastic dives. It was just great. We get back. Yeah. We get back into the ring. And this is where I felt like things were kind of interesting because Athena knows exactly what she's doing. Penelope Ford does her like backhand spring elbow, right? Tags in Athena. Then Athena, I think this was during the commercial break also, by the way. I'm not sure. It might have been. Might not, but whatever. Penelope Ford hits that backhand spring on Queen Aminata. Tags in Athena, then Athena does a front handspring forearm smash. And I was like, is she trying to show up Penelope Ford? That's interesting. We get back into the ring a little bit later, and at this point we have all 8 women trying to do, that suplex spot where a whole team gets suplexed.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth, tug of war, they can't get it. Like no one can get the advantage. So they break off and they start fighting again. And again, very interestingly, Ty Mello and Queen Aminata try to attack Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne catches both of them. Thunder Rosa and Anna Jay attack Athena. Athena catches both of them. So now they're both in the same position where both of them have one woman on their back and they're holding one. And they're kind of looking at each other. And I was like, Athena, what the fuck are you about to do? So, and they both do the back toss, throw both their opponents off. Athena kips up, and then Megan Bayne and Athena kind of go face to face for a second. And this is when I was like, oh yeah, Athena's doing this shit on purpose. Like Athena was saying that she's bigger than Megan Bayne. She already did the thing to Penelope Ford. Now she's going at Megan Bayne. Bro, make the match.
Yeah.
Make the match.
I need this match.
Yes. I'm not going to talk too much about everything else that happened in the match. Like, I'm just going to let the rest of that go. I thought that was very interesting what Athena was doing. But to end the match, we had Athena and Thunder Rosa in the ring. They were kind of fighting. Thunder Rosa had the advantage, and she was about to beat Athena. But we get Red Velvet comes in and slides the Women's World Championship to Athena. Athena hits Thunder Rosa with it and is able to pin her for the win.
Yep.
It was also noted that we're going to be getting a tag team match between Athena and Red Velvet and Thunder Rosa, and I forget the other person, which I apologize. I forget who it was. But we're getting a tag team match for Global Wars next week, which was already taped, but neither here nor there. Athena and Megan Bayne had another little standoff before Athena leaves the ring. And this is when we got the announcement for the Casino Gauntlet. So, again, we talked about it earlier. This is why everyone kind of assumes that it's the women's. I hope it's the women's. I kind of wish they would have just said it. I don't know why they didn't. But
yeah,
with the placement,
it's kind of weird.
It's weird, right? But with the placement, I feel like it's safe to assume that this is a women's Casino Gauntlet.
Right.
But that ends Collision. Profit, what were your thoughts?
That was a fantastic match, man. Like, I love the fact that Megan Bayne and Athena are just like competing against each other. And I I need that match ASAP on a pay-per-view, some type of deal. I need that match. Billy Starks was there too.
Yeah.
And she was the one that did the interruption. Red Velvet can throw on the TV title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
But the reason why Megan Bayne was going after Athena at the end was that Athena was like, "Good job, guys. You're all my minions now."
Welp.
And that pissed Megan Bayne off, and that's when Athena and Billy Starks jumped out the ring.
Yeah, Megan Bayne was gonna have that.
Yeah, she's like, "Nope."
If Athena needs to wrestle the night before All In at the Ring of Honor show, make it Megan Bayne. But realistically, what it should be, everyone says, Thunder Rosa versus Athena is the move, right? That's what feels like it's going to happen.
Right.
Put it on All In, add Megan Bayne, make it a three-way match. Done and done.
I feel like, yeah, you could do either that, or you could do her versus Megan Bayne. Like, I'd rather have the singles match than a three-way.
I get it.
Between her and Megan Bayne.
Mm-hmm.
Have her and Thunder Rosa do their thing. Get a fantastic match out of there. And then the next pay-per-view, they build up to her and Megan Bayne. Because the story's already there. They're already doing I think that would be great.
We got to get Athena on the All-In card in some way. And
yeah,
no offense, not the Casino Gauntlet. Athena needs to be in a match.
Unless she wins the Casino Gauntlet.
I'd still rather see her in a match. Like a match.
Well, wait. Technically, she could do both, right?
Technically, yeah.
She could wrestle a match and do the Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I think it's happened before.
The only person I can think of doing it is probably Ospreay.
I think it was Ospreay.
Ospreay's won damn near every gauntlet match that they've had in AEW.
Yep.
But yeah, it could be interesting. All I know is somehow they need to get on that All-In card.
You know what? I'm with you on her and Thunder Rosa at All In because they're both Texas girls. They're both from Texas.
Exactly.
So put them on that card.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa should also be on the card in some way too. Like for sure.
Yeah.
If they got to go against each other, let them go against each other. Whatever you do not put that on Supercard of Honor. No.
Yeah.
Make it like a tag match between Athena and Billy Starks versus like, Thunder Rosa, and maybe not make it big because Faith Heel Dynamite, whatever. But find a way to get them a match on Supercard. I don't know if they really need it, but realistically, the Ring of Honor Women's title match should be on All In. Like Athena should be defending the All Elite Wrestling, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship at All In.
Well, that's next. Mm-hmm. We're getting the World Championship is next.
Yes. At some point, very soon, Athena's winning that AEW Women's World Championship for sure. She can't be denied. Like Athena took up all the match in this. She was the star for obvious reasons. It's Athena. We've been calling for Athena to be on TV for years.
Yep. And every time she's been on TV, she's nailed it. So it's like, it's undeniable. She needs to be on TV.
Yes. We're tired of waiting. No more of this bullshit. It's time.
Yep.
But do you have anything else you want to bring up before we wrap this one up?
No, man. Just overall, both. Both shows were fantastic. They were the show in Arena, Mexico was something. It was something. It was magic was happening. That night. The Collision was a very solid Collision where everybody was just reinvigorated. So it was great all around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Just fantastic week. Whoa, fantastic week for wrestling. But we're gonna wrap it up here. As always, we got to give you all this stuff. So thank you all for listening. Make sure you give us some comments. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know all that kind of good stuff. If you want to listen to us on the go, you can now officially listen to us on Spotify.
Yes.
We finally have control of our Spotify page. Thank the maker. We did it. So if you want to listen to that, make sure you listen, download the podcast, give us all the ratings, and let us know what you think over there too. Comments are on over there, so you can definitely talk to us over there also. Let us know what you think. Give us all that kind of stuff. And make sure you're following all of us on Blue Sky. You can follow the podcast at TAGPW Podcast. We post things about wrestling on there, so you can follow us, hear our takes about the shows live. Have a great time. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. You can follow me at Shikoku. I don't spell mine. I never do. You can find it. It's on screen, whatever. We talk a lot about wrestling. We talk about anime. We talk about video games. We talk about a lot of things. So definitely follow us over there. Get some conversation. Maybe we'll bring some of the stuff that we're talking about over there on the show like we have today.
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure you're following us. And again, make sure you listen to us on Spotify if you're on the go. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
All right, guys. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, thank you very much. Well, you got another way to get you got another way to listen if you want to, if you're cruising around YouTube also. So the links will be all in the description of what Lionel just talked about as far as our Blue Sky handles and the links to and the link to Spotify and everything else. Just be sure to check the description. So with that, one, thank you. It would do us a favor, tap that like button because it will for sure help us out. Gets the podcast to more people that have tasted you, and will also like the podcast too. And lastly, subscribe, hit the bell button so whenever our show comes out, you get notified and you can get right in there. And final thing, I know Lionel mentioned it before, but hit us up in the comments, man. I know we've talked about a lot of stuff on the podcast. I know you guys have some opinions, so let's talk about it. And Shoot, we might even talk about it on the podcast. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared. So with that, thank you very much, guys, and we're out.
Peace.